Welcome back, alright, to more WPC Dota 2 action. We've got our last two-game series for today. It's Orange Esports up against LGD. Orange have had a rocky and rough road today on day number 2 of their journey in China for the WPC. They're currently 0-4, having tough matchups against DT Club, Dreamtime, as well as DK. Here they are, their last match of the day, and it doesn't get much easier. They're taking on LGD Gaming, a team who's went through a bit of a slump, but I'd say the last week or so, they've been in some pretty good form, and they're going to be a tough opponent for Orange Esports, who are definitely the underdogs coming into this matchup, coming into WPC in general. Probably one of the teams expected to do one of the worst, but they've done really well so far. Day 1, they went 2-2, but we'll see how they do here in our final match of Day 2 for them. Joining me once again in the co-casting seat is going to be Slash. How are you doing, Slash?
I'm holding up just fine. It'll be interesting to see how Orange match up against LGD, which is a team that has been resurgent in the recent days, or recent weeks, if you want to go that far. But yeah, both of them have to be in the qualifiers. LGD did not get a direct invite to the international, same as last year when they did the roster change. So both of them have a really tough month ahead of them. Both of them need to qualify, and WPC is just a very, very good training ground, I suppose, for them, for both of them. Orange going 0-4 today is already kind of on the back foot. They only managed to get 1-1 draws yesterday as well, so chances are kind of slim if they want to make it to the playoffs. But if they do want to, they will really have to beat LGD. But that is a very difficult task.
Yeah. I think at this point, Orange, I imagine they're realistic about their playoff chances not being that great, but they just want to improve and get as much from their trip as possible. Not to say they're going to go in this series and say, "Oh, we're going to lose," but I don't think they have this mindset like that they're going to be going to the playoffs and have a good chance to win WPC. For them, it's more about the experience and the practice.
Yeah, I'm sure. It's overall just they are going to be facing all the Chinese top teams. So yeah, might as well just get some practice in, test out some of your own strategies, and once again, let's get back into the draft and have a look at what they're going to be going for. Orange once again first picking up the Invoker. So Isara is going to be quite happy. I think it's definitely one of his favorite heroes, and at least one that he's really comfortable with. And also Shadow Shaman is just a stable support pick for Orange. Sharky plays a really good Shadow Shaman. Unfortunately, last game he didn't manage to use it that effectively, but that was mainly because of the overall situation of the game. But the individual skill level is definitely there. So
yeah. What do you actually think about like the first pick Invoker? Like I think it was Arteezy who recently in the Q&A said like he thinks the hero's a bit overrated and it's not like that first pick worthy. Do you feel it's like it should be getting first pick constantly, or is it a bit? It's something that can actually be punished.
Well, Invoker doesn't.
10 seconds.
It's a versatile pick as well. It's not a pick that kind of sets you on the back from the get go. You can still decide if you want to play Wex or Exor Invoker later on. Most Invoker players nowadays know how to play both types. I mean, I think in the past, like 2 years ago at TI2, there was a clear preference for some of the players. Like Ferrari would always go Quas Wex, ISSS would always go Exort, no matter what the situation was. But nowadays, all the Invoker players are very, very proficient in both types. So Invoker, first picking the Invoker, as I said, I don't think it's the power level of the hero. I don't think the hero is OP or anything, but it's just a solid pick. You don't reveal too much with the hero. And it's so I think first picking him, there is not a single hero I think at the moment which is like 100% first pick if the top heroes like Lycan, Ember Spirit are banned out really.
Yeah. Well, Ember Spirit no longer even considered a top pick. Like, a lot of the games I see Ember Spirit not picked or banned.
Yeah, he is. He recently lost a lot of games as well. I think people just realize because getting Phase Drum's Battlefield takes a long time, and trying to get it. It's not that fast. So unless you can get an early laning advantage and just completely crush the lane, then Ember Spirit for a long time it's not going to deal too much damage. So first thing Ember Spirit, yeah, I can't agree with it, but there are just some teams I guess which are not that comfortable with it.
I feel like the only two must pick like first pick heroes at the moment is Batrider and Lycan. I feel like those are the two which if we're in the pool, you're first picking them.
Lycan definitely a hero, yeah, I would say. So I think if we're talking about overall strongest hero in Dota, like all round, I would definitely say Lycan. Batrider has been continuously nerfed, but it's the nature of the hero that is so strong. It's not everything else. They nerfed so much on the hero, but he's still so good. It's just there are very few heroes that can do what Badwater does best. He's just the king of finding pickoffs. And before a fight starts, he completely changes the meta game by saying, we don't start off a team fight with 5-on-5, but 5-on-4. So, yeah, the nature of the hero is just really, really good. I think he's not really overpowered, but it's definitely a hero that teams just don't like playing against. They just hate it because Badwater is very easy to catch somebody off guard. And even if you have a really, really farmed hero, if he gets lassoed by Badwater, dragged in the team at 5v1, killed, suddenly all the farm that you have accrued over, I don't know, in the space of 30 minutes or so just completely goes to waste and you can't use it anymore. So it's a hero that just is disgusting to play against. That's why teams ban it.
No, I agree. It's such a good late game hero in general. But we'll get back into this draft. We got a bit sidetracked. Wisp Tiny going to be the order of business for LGD. They've done quite a bit of Wisp Tiny recently, but I'm more interested in the Orange Esports draft, which is a Lich and a Timbersaw. So Timbersaw somewhat picked up in response to the Wisp Tiny, and with a Lich here, this is going to actually help the Timbersaw out quite a lot in the laning stage.
Yeah, the Timbersaw is a good pick against Centaur, I guess, and also against the lineup that LG currently have. Three of their cores are strength-based, so Timbersaw is actually, they have 4 strength heroes. I always forget that Wisp is a strength hero, so yeah, Timbersaw kind of crushes them. But I think his recent win rate has been really, really low. I still think he's definitely viable as a pick, but he doesn't seem to win a lot of games. It's difficult because many cores nowadays they either rush you or they go BKB, and then Timbersaw just becomes useless for a long time. So Timbersaw definitely still a viable pick, but just not as strong as he used to be. And Orange Esports, apparently they just go for something that they are comfortable with. So whatever. The Lich pick is recently, I think Lich is also definitely a top tier pick. He's really, really strong.
Yeah, I like where Lich stands currently in the meta. I honestly don't think the 6.81 buffs, like the Frost Armor on Tower is kind of nice. I don't feel that the Ags upgrade makes any difference to the hero at all. It's not at all really competitively viable.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Even the Frost Armor is like a pretty small thing. Like, it's not, like, towers already have 20 armor. T1 towers have 20 armor, so the extra armor doesn't help, but the actual slow is kind of nice on the towers against
the attack slow is annoying. Yeah, exactly. Like Lich, it's so annoying to play against a lineup which features Lich and Trend Protector as supports. It's so annoying. You can't push anything, essentially. It's disgusting, because they just both buff up a tower that's getting pushed, and push is so slow. But yeah, Lich, I think it's a hero that also changes how laning works, because he single-handedly wins the lane most of the time, just by virtue of sacrifice.
Yeah.
So Agnes upgrade, I completely agree with you. It's a win more item, basically. If you already get 10 bounces with the normal chain frost, you don't need another 10 or something. Just not necessary. And the times that you actually manage to get a support Lich from Agnosceptor are also, that doesn't happen particularly often. It's like Doom Aghanim upgrade, which is also pretty crappy. It's a win more item. If you're able to chase a target into Oblivion, then you don't really need it either. So, yeah.
All right.
Still, just we might see. Is this Lark gonna get killed? He's got Pounce on level 1. He's the easiest.
The toss in, it follows in with a hoof stomp as well. Shox is in trouble. He gets the Pounce is not going to save his life here. Really well played by LGD.
I would say he's seen what Lin just killed.
The toss follows the Pounce. That was nice.
That was nicely played. And Lin also skilling level 1 Drunken Haste in order to slow the slide out further.
Was that like an RNG toss? I didn't see if there was other people standing by Rabbit, or was it only the Centaur next to him?
He was the closest target, so yeah, that was really, really nicely executed there by LGD. As I said, Slark not very easy to kill, but still, they pulled it off perfectly. It was very, very nice first blood.
Well, LGD, they strike first, they strike hard. We'll introduce our two teams here. Game 1 between Orange and LGD. On the right-hand side will be Orange Esports, the Malaysian squad. You're going to see Insidious playing the Lich in the off lane to start things off. He's going to be paired up with the Timbersaw being played by Winter. Solo mid's going to be Ysera playing his Invoker. Quaz level 1. Could see Quaz Wex or Quaz Exalt from him. Shock's going to be playing the safe lane Slark, laning with Sharky on the Shadow Shaman. And then we look at our dire side. LGD, they got the first blood. Yao going to be playing the Centaur. Boots first and a Hasterin for him. Mid lane's going to be Rabbit on the Tiny and DDC on the Wisp. And then finally, got to keep an eye on bottom lane. Yao actually, well, he's going to be okay. He used up all his mana with that second Hull Stomp. We'll get away. And finally on the LGD side, Lin playing a safe lane farming Brewmaster with DD's Ancient Apparition.
Yeah, I think Orange were expecting Tiny Wisp top lane. That's why they sent up the Lich in order to deprive him of XP. But yeah, a little bit of a lane switch up there. Now Lich is also rotating mid because he basically Lich just follows where Tiny Wisp is. So
yes, yeah.
to win the lane.
Like Brewmaster will get his farm, will get his fast, probably Blink Dagger, Arcane Boots, whatever it may be, but you just kind of have to accept that fact. And they can't actually zone out the Timbersaw with this dual lane. It's AA Brewmaster, pretty weak dual lane.
Yeah, it's not particularly good. Both of them kind of need a setup. It happens very rarely that you're able to get a clap on the Timbersaw, and even if that happens, he can still Timber Chain away. So
yeah, Sharky's doing a really good job bottom. He's kept Centaur almost completely out of this lane. Unfortunately, the lane's about to start pushing. There's a double range creep about to become a triple range creep, so this lane is going to push the Centaur's way in just a second.
Yao went hyper-aggressive with that haste rune. He kind of paid for it, though. He lost all of his mana pool, so I'm not quite sure if that was worth it just to get one more right-click onto Sharky, so...
No, I would say definitely not. I think it was just a bit of over-aggression, but it's still not going to hurt him too much, even if it was a bad trade. Like, he's going to get XP, and he's not looking to kind of gank it all anyways now, so... He won't have mana for some time for a hoof stomp, but that's probably not going to bother him.
I think overall the lanes are just... I don't see kills happening too often. On the mid lane, it's just Rabbit
as
getting
you say that
heavily there, yeah.
He gets some RNG misses onto the high ground, and Rabbit will pop his salvo.
Yeah, he's got to... As long as Wisp is there, I don't think they can kill him, really. It's very difficult to do. I think bot lane might be the one that's most likely to get a kill, because you've got Pounds and Shackle and two really long disables. While top lane, though, Winter is just kind of in no man's land at the moment, but I think LGD are not going to attempt a kill. Still, in contrast, Winter is
the 2 points in Whirling Death does a ton of damage there to DD.
If LGD knew that he doesn't have Timber Chain, they might actually try go on him. Still.
Yeah. They should be able to tell by the amount of damage that Whirling Death is doing, but I think if they go on him, they just maybe die to him. That's the other big problem. Now he hits level 4, so...
It's a very comfortable lane for Timbersaw to be in. It's, as I said, very low killing power.
Alright. So for LGD, Wisp is going to be in the jungle doing some stacks here, which is going to just help the Tiny get his farm up later on. Wisp will just go between supporting Tiny mid to picking up runes to stacking these neutrals. Tiny has it level 3, and this is actually where Tiny can get a lot more aggressive in this mid lane and just not even go for kills, but just spam out his combo on the Lich to do some harass here, because the Wisp is going to constantly refill his mana using this bottle, so it's actually kind of hard for the Lich to stay in this lane if he's getting hit by this constant toss avalanche harass.
How much regen does he still have? He has one. Yeah, they have one. They have a self on the Invoker though, so if he gets too low, he can still pop it on the Lich. And Invoker just having passive fast regen is gonna be fine, I think. So
I think it's more the Lich, but Lich can just sit really far back now. We'll see, but
he doesn't need to. He's there for the sacrifice. So it's okay. So some occasional Frost Nova spams, and it's all right. Overall, how the lanes are panning out is just both teams just farming up their core heroes respectively. Brewmaster 13/7 on top lane, and Slark 16/6 currently leading the CS scores. Mid lane is pretty even as well. So overall, just 3 rather even lanes. As long as Yao doesn't make a big mistake on the offlane, I don't think they can kill him either. So.
Yeah. Winter, I think, definitely going to be okay in the offlane, but it's Yao who's maybe somewhat more susceptible to dying, but I don't think we see that. And Yao does have enough mana for a hoof stomp soon, so that's a relief for him. He hasn't skilled anything yet. I imagine he'll get the 2 points in the double edge soon enough. Generally, you go for that max double edge build, but yeah, every now and then we'll see some Centaurs get an extra point in the hoof stomp as needed.
I think Orange are content with the way lanes are going. It's fine. They are winning. They're essentially winning the offlane trade. Winter is definitely doing a lot better than Yao on the offlane at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think Orange are not going to be too scared.
Yep. I mean, looking at the offlane, they're both hitting level 4. Winter's getting a bit more farm, and Timbersaw needs the farm. Like, Timbersaw much more farm dependent than a Centaur, so for Orange, it's good news they're getting it. We're going to see Centaur move off the lane a bit now. Where's he actually headed here? Not wanting to go down. Maybe even goes for a gank of some kind. Where? What's Yao's plan here, do you think?
I don't know, maybe he wants to share some XP with a Wisp in the jungle? But mid lane there's a go on Rabbit here, actually, but with the Wisp overcharge, I don't know if they're gonna get the kill.
That's the plan. Toss the center in for a kill, and Insidious will go down.
To the black
Ace Room waiting, but Winter gonna snag
Still
that
next
one.
level, man.
No mana for Invoker to continue any aggression. No Cold Snap as well for a little bit. Okay, so Centaur's like, let's go mid and get tossed in for another kill. Like, that's actually a nice rotation from Centaur. I was thinking, like, he can't really get mid lane as far as just walk in and get a stun off, but with a tiny toss, you sure bet he can get a kill.
That's a nice setup. As long as he doesn't have Blink, they just use Tiny as catapult, so...
Yeah. Whoop, we're back on the wrong camera. Sorry about that, guys. We're going to be on the right stream now. I've messed up. I was on the Chinese stream. Whoopsie daisy.
Were you... So basically,
when they paused,
sync was completely wrong.
Yeah, it was synced off by like 15 seconds. We're all good now, but when they paused, I switched over the Chinese stream for the camera because they showed the players during the pause, and I completely forgot to switch back over. I done gone messed up, guys. I apologize. It's not been my night. Getting sick and now this.
Yeah, you're gonna be okay.
Yeah, we're good.
LG basically, they are pausing because currently Rabbit can't auto attack. It's been turned off for some reason. So.
Oh, okay. That should be a pretty quick fix.
Yeah, I think that I don't know. Maybe he's already ticked the box, but it still doesn't work. I don't know what the problem is.
That'd be
but hopefully it'll be fixed soon.
Oh, you can see here they've got tech support on the way, maybe into the booth. What's the plan? This time I won't forget to switch back over. That's the plan.
There are some players who prefer to have auto attack disabled just in order to last it better, but there are also quite a bunch of players who prefer having auto attack on.
Most of the ones who want auto attack on are like the Dota 1 players because they're more used to it, I think. But
yeah, I think there are many situations though. As in, I prefer having auto attack on simply because, for example, if you say play Shadow Demon, like and you create illusions instantly, and they just do not attack because it's very difficult to select them on the spot and then start having them to attack and stuff like that.
When you use Disruption, do illusions not automatically attack?
What? Sorry?
So when you use Disruption, if you have auto attack off, the illusions actually don't attack?
No, they don't.
Oh wow, I didn't realize that. That's actually, I mean, that adds a good deal of micro if you have to like instantly right click them.
Yeah, stuff like I think it's mostly carry players who have auto attack disabled just to have to have that. But there's so many situations though, like attacking uphill as well. It's better to have auto attack on than off. Yeah. It's just sometimes. Also, there was I think once in a competitive game which was kind of, oh no man, we are going, but they're gonna try. Let's see. Hopefully it's gonna work out.
Okay. Looks like both teams ready to go. So Invoker's pretty low on mana. This actually makes his time mid lane a bit tricky. Does have the EMP up, so maybe he can try and leech some of that mana, but for now, Rabbit off to a decent enough start. The thing is, Rabbit can always catch up with the neutral stacks, which are constantly going. Wisp gets another stack off, so even if Rabbit doesn't free farm mid lane, it's going to be good enough, I feel, that the farm is getting.
Yeah. Yao is still lurking, though. He probably thinks that there's not much point in going down bot lane if they can just creep control so well, so... And why risk dying? So might as well just stay mid and get some XP while Rabbit and Wisp are just DDC are going for the stack.
Yeah. I'll have to do this a couple of times. I'll need to heal the Tiny up with another toss and maybe even a stun combo. So Centaur just getting some farm and XP in the mid lane, trying to get his level 6, trying to get Blink Dagger very far off, but the level 6 more realistically what they're going to have to. This is not bad. Actually, they're about to say they're not finishing off right away. They're saving the Avalanche. Alright. Standard stuff there. Meanwhile, top lane Winter's got himself a big neutral stack as well, so... he can't really farm this too easily himself. This is actually a worry. This big neutral stack could be taken by the Tiny at top.
Damage.
I'm currently having a slideshow. I actually need to reconnect back in.
If the perfect world issues, if you reconnect, often will fix the lag issue. Sometimes you have to reconnect a couple times, but...
hopefully it'll be fixed. At the moment, it's just the last two actions I just couldn't see anything was happening. Luckily, there was no major fight going on, so...
Okay. Land at the top lane. He's going to farm this neutral stack, which Winter's kind of set up for him. He actually, just being on boots, may go for a super fast Blink Dagger rush. He hasn't got the Arcanes upgrade, so it looks like we'll see the Blink Dagger before the Arcanes from him. Rabbit's just going to continue to jungle. He says, a lot safer to... I don't think it's so much the safeness of the jungle, it's more they just want Yao getting the XP mid lane. He can't lane against the Slark anymore. With Slark, as well as the Sharky there on the Shadow Shaman with the lockdown. It's just such a dangerous lane to be in, so... Sentinel takes the mid lane, Wiz Tiny take the jungle.
Definitely, it is a correct decision, and it looks like my issues were fixed, so everything is back to normal again. Yeah.
This is just jungle Wisp Tiny. It's constantly stacking camps, Tiny killing it with his combo. Hasn't got any mud golems, which is nice.
Yeah, he's really lucky about it. So that doesn't happen. He's level 6. Wisp is on the verge of hitting level 5, and there we go. So needing one more level before
they're going for kill mid lane. Canadian P with a cold snap. Yao getting low. Yep, he goes down.
There should be enough damage. Yeah. Just taking advantage of the fact that the tiny Wisp are just nowhere near there. So it's a very nice kill. And also just Wax Invoker has a huge advantage that if you hit the EMP, you essentially don't really run out of mana because you gain the mana.
Yeah. So. Wisp Tiny just seem content to keep on jungling here. They've got the soaring up on the Wisp, which synergizes really nicely with the Tiny. It's basically unlimited, endless mana for the Tiny. And they're going for another toss attempt at mid lane, perhaps. Can they find the Invoker?
It looks like this. I think Invoker with 3 doubles and boss is really fast, though, so...
Gets a tornado off.
What a reaction time.
Oh, Chain Frost is up as well. Yao's going to be in trouble here. One more bounce will be the death of him, and that's an easy kill onto him. Timber still shows up, but just for the one kill. Now they get the high ground Observer Ward as well, so they'll see this combo coming next time. Not that it mattered there. Really fast reactions from Ysera.
It's just so nice. He already had Tornado invoked, so it's an instant cast time. And Invoker doesn't really have any cast time, so...
Yeah.
And while Hoof Stomp is just, you know the cast time on Hoof Stomp, the delay, it's so annoying. You can't really get it off if there's Cold Snap on you either, so... Yeah, it's just overall a good reaction time there by Ysera. Winter also rotating mid, getting a little bit of farm there, but he's already got his Arcane Boot, so he's just already doing perfectly
Winter's
fine.
farming great. 33 CS for him. That's, like, for an offlaner, that's your dream at 8-9 minutes into the game. You don't really need more farm than that.
Yeah. As an overall, just Orange are in a pretty good position there. Sox is also going Midas once again on the slab, so he's gonna have a good game.
Ooh.
I should imagine he's gonna go for Shadowblade next. So.
Here comes the blink on Brewmaster, though. He's also smoked up. He wants to find a kill somewhere on the map. He's not going to find anyone mid, though. There's a rotation top lane from the Invoker Lich. They're going to get a kill on DD here. They left DD solo top. Throws an Ice Blast, not even going to land in. Brewmaster quickly realizes, well, not getting any kills mid lane. He needs to join up with his team towards top. And Wiz Tiny close to the relocate, but the smoke from Lin does nothing. He smokes from base and just moves mid, moves top, and doesn't find any kills.
I don't think it's a correct decision to already try to go for kills, because first of all, he can't really solo kill anybody apart from Lich and Shadow Shaman. Even those two are still a bit difficult to kill. If Shadow Shaman can instantly hex him if he goes for the clap before ulting, and Lich also still has frost armor, so not the easiest kills really, and he's still only level 6. If he had level 7, maybe it's a better decision.
Wisp is level 6 now, though, so if he finds someone now, you can see the relocate him. So with Wisp level 6 with relocate, I think he can go for those kills, but before Wisp was not 6.
Yeah, overall, Orange are very just content on the laning phase. Sox is leading the CS scores by 17 to the Tiny, really. Brewmaster nowhere near, it's only 48. Just their offlane. It's the biggest difference is just their offlane. Like, this Timbersaw pick working wonders at the moment.
Yeah, LGD getting punished for their weak lanes. And I think when you see that Wisp Tiny, like, you can pick a Timbersaw because often it's dual lanes. This dual lane Wisp Tiny mid means Timbersaw in the offlane. Timbersaw does fantastic against dual lanes. It's tri lanes where he struggles, because tri lanes will actually kill him and zone him out much more than a dual lane can. But yeah, with the dual lane,
the key to shutting out a Timbersaw is actually just try to really harass him in the very early stages, level 1, level 2, but because once he gets level 3 up, it's already difficult.
And AA wasn't AA last picked by LGD, I believe? No, I'm lying. No, they first two picked AA, and AA is a really bad support for zoning out Timbersaw, so that's where Orange saw the AA and the Wisp Tiny, and they knew these lanes would be pretty weak.
I think Brewmaster was the last pick, and at the moment this pick is not working out at the moment. He's not a particularly good carry. He's very good, strong in the mid game in team fights, but just look at the Orange heroes. It's very difficult for him to find kills. I think if DT run him, they always have a backup carry for the Brewmaster, and at the same time, they run the Brewmaster mid, so he has a higher impact most of the time.
Well, this is
Running
more.
Brewmaster
I mean,
lane,
Tiny's the real carry of this game, I guess. Like,
of course he is, yeah. Still, it's just I don't know. I think the decision to put Brewmaster safe in might have been wrong.
Dire's bottom tower is
We'll
under
see what Orange
attack.
can do here. They're going to smoke out. They want to take some more fights here with the Invoker Timbersaw.
Bot lane, there's an A ultimate flying in, but I think this tower is still gone though. They're not going to deny
Dire's
it.
bottom
So,
tower has fallen.
easy tower there for Orange. Once again, Sharky hits level 6, instantly goes for it, and mid lane, that's a very dead wisp.
That's a very dead wisp indeed. Tiny now in trouble as well. He's going to pop a drums. He's going to TP out. The Chain Frost can cancel. There's a... Oh, they're going to just throw the Chain Frost. Does Rabbit go for the TP? May try and fog them and then get the TP off. Jackram going to slow him down, and I think Rabbit, yeah, he's done for. No way out of this. Goes to Sun Toss. He gets the kill!
Wow!
Oh, he doesn't get XP for it, but getting a kill on the Slark there, that's huge.
That was very unfortunate for him though, like for the Tiny that he didn't get the XP. If you got the XP, I think that's a huge win, but still, he made the best out of the situation. Like, I didn't really expect Slark to die, but he was an edgy threat, so... If he had strength threats, I don't think he dies, but...
Lin tries to... This is the other thing, you can't go on an Invoker with your combo. You get hit by the Tornado EMP and he dies.
Yeah. And meanwhile, top lane also, DD just narrowly dodging the gank there by Sharky and Winter, so...
If you go into the Invoker, you have to basically blink ulti. If you try and blink clap then ulti, the Invoker every single time will react with the Tornado. And then Cold Snap, versing Quaswex Invoker as a Brewmaster, or even Exhort, but versing Cold Snap as a Brewmaster is one of the most painful things to try and get your ulti off when you have Cold Snap on you.
I think it's the absolute correct decision there for Ysera to go for Quaswex in this game. Because they already have Timbersaw for huge damage output early to mid game, and they have Slark later on to fall back too. So Quaswex, it's working wonders. At the moment, this Ysera is completely dominating this game. There's very little that the LGD heroes can do to him. Like the Toss Centaur combo doesn't really work anymore because he's already far too fast, and he always has Tornado invoke. So, and once again, Lin actually manages to blink out before the Tornado hits. So
they're going for the tier 1 mid tower though. Sharky's got his level 6 Serp Mords, and he's just going to drop him. This is going to be... There's no defense, I don't think. Maybe with a relocate. With Tiny gearing up, ready to go. Brewmaster's coming in with an ultimate. Doesn't get the clap off even as Shox gets the pounce out of there. And they'll just leave the Serpentwards to do their business on the tower here. May get cleared up, but it's still decent damage on the tower. The Serpentwards do get farmed, but they force LGD to rotate their entire team for this.
just look at it.
Wow, Timbersaw blows up the Wisp. Died so fast I couldn't even catch it. Brewmaster's going with the ulti. They'll cancel the Lich TP, and this will be a dead Lich here. The toss will help finish him off. Tower gets down to deny range. They're actually trying to get the kill on DD here. Winter's just going Destructor mode here on the backlines. He gets the kill with the Timber Chain. Rabbit can't really kill him. I don't think the EMP will get... No, gets hit by the EMP, I believe. Rabbit getting completely depleted on mana here. Lin gets another clap off. Sharky shows up trying to save Winter's life. Winter gets the Timber Chain to the high ground. He can throw a Chakram in a second here. Lin's going to go down to this. Lin takes the fall. The Wisp now relocating in, trying to help out the Tiny. Oh, this could be bad, though. They've got to kill the Wisp here in 7 seconds. There's plenty of time to do so. They get the Wisp. Rabbit gets the combo from the Slark, though. Slark goes down for this. Once again, we're seeing the Tiny combo kill the Slark.
It's a huge win once again for Orange. I think this Timbersaw pick just completely caught LG off guard.
Timber just blew up the Wisp. I couldn't even catch it. He died so fast.
Yeah, it was just Chakram and Timber Chain and just using Whirling Death while Timber Chain. So, and instantly death.
That was...
You can do. It's a strength hero, so and it's a very squishy strength hero at that.
They've got no answer to the Timbersaw this game, it feels like.
Yeah. At the moment, they can't. If they need to, essentially use Hoofstomp and Avalanche Toss to kill it. And now he has a Casual Cloak, so he's not going to get bursted down at all. And he's got a point booster to just boost up his base HP. So
yeah, I like this game, the value cloak. If he really wants, he can even get like a... Yeah. What's he doing? Okay, he's just trying to heal up us. If he really wants, he can get the Vitality booster now, but it will be, I think, just a straight up Bloodstone Rush from him with the cloak.
Yeah, he can afford it as well. Like, Sox is actually not going for he's not too often. He already died 3 times, so he decided to go for BKB instead of...
I think this is the right item to get against the Tiny. Well, we'll see what LGD can do. They've got the Arcane Boots with the Blink Dagger now on Lin, but he's just level 8. That's the other thing. LGD are just looking pretty under-leveled here. 3 Radiant Heroes level 11. Only the Tiny level 11, and your next highest is the Lich, the Lich and a couple other heroes all that level 8 mark, so... Not just Orange winning fights, but they're getting a big level lead, a big gold lead as well. Game 1 looking fantastic for Orange here.
It's still a Tiny Wisp though. Like, you can never count them out. It's just Tiny Wisp is so powerful.
Dire's top tower
Yeah,
is under
it's
attack.
very. I think Orange just need to keep up the pressure. If they get complacent now and just don't apply pressure anymore, I think they'll lose in the long run. But at the moment, they're still looking good. It's just LGD have a very scary lineup going into late game.
Yep. Okay, well, we'll see Orange now look to switch their pressure from bottom to mid, now back to top lane. This tier 1 tower is already down below 200 HP. They won't even need the Surfer Mods for this. And yeah, Lin's just blinking his way out of there. He does not want to get caught up there. Doesn't have a TP scroll either, so he really needs to be careful.
Radiant's
But
bottom
he should be
tower
fine to
is
get out of
under
this one
attack.
okay, but the question is,
Dire's
can LGD
top
even
tower
defend their
is
tier
under
2? I think this will
attack.
just be a tier 2 from Orange.
Dire's top tower
If
has
LGD don't
fallen.
come and take this fight.
I think they will though. It's at least they should. I think they have the ability to just come with tiny wisp from the backside and try to blow somebody up.
Serpent Wards are online, and it seems Orange for now, unable to find an opening to use them. They'll farm up some neutrals here in the enemy jungle. Winter, 2k gold on him, so he's just about 700 gold away from the Bloodstone being completed. They also don't have the BKB on Shocks. I think once they get the BKB on Shocks, they'll be much ready to push and take those team fights. And Winter actually goes for the Blink Dagger. I'm a big fan of the Blink on Timbersaw. I think it's really powerful because you can blink him with a Whirling Death and then use your Timber Chain to get out of the fight after dealing a ton of damage.
Yeah, it's a lot more aggressive in the mid game, but I do like this pickup as well. Maybe they can end this game fast enough that it really pays off to have a blink. So yeah, but they still need to take some fights. As you said, I think Sox gets his BKB and they start moving up to this 5 and taking down the last towers.
Cool. Centaur finally gets a Blink Dagger for LGD. This has been a long time coming, and I think they've got the Blink on the Brewmaster initiation, but that's not like a Blink stun. He's got a Clap then ulti, which he doesn't often get off. For Centaur, there's actually a much more reliable initiation if you can hit a Blink stun on 1 to 2 heroes.
Yeah. And once again, looks like I am lagging up, so I really need to reconnect back in again. This is getting annoying.
No problem. Go for it. Not too much going on right now. We've got Invoker starting to get more and more farmed. He's gone for this Quaz Work. We often see this Orchid build from Invokers after the 4-star. And it will be this hero going for an Orchid. Once he gets that up, he can just go around Ghost Walk and try and find pickoffs using the Orchid. Team up with the ganking prowess of the Slark. Slark, who's getting pretty close to his BKB. Yeah, Shock's actually... He's got his BKB now, so we'll see that flying out on the Courier once the Courier's no longer in use. And Yao, he may have his Blink Dagger, but... Looks like he may be about to get ganked up. Shadow Shaman has a Blink. Tornado gonna get dodged. Nicely played by Yao. Clutches the Blink just to escape Ysira's incoming gank. But yeah, I don't think Orange are too fussed about that. They're waiting for the BKB on Slark, which is now coming out in just a second. And they're waiting for the Orchid on the Invoker. There's still like a couple more items coming their way, and Winter's not even going for the Bloodstone. He picks up another Ring of Regen, so it looks like he's going to be going for the Pipe for the team following this Blink Dagger purchase, so... Pipe or even... Yeah, Pipe. It's not going to be a Mech. Mech is going to be... Oh! We may be seeing a Lich Ag Scepter. Insidious has picked up a point booster. Screw Mech, he says. Yeah, actually look...
Who needs Mac? If you just go Aghanim Scepter and just kill them before they kill you,
I guess. Like, we'll maybe see this the Lich Chain Frost on Ancients. Let's see it. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, it's still easy to be countered though. You just basically need one hero to walk into range and then with a Blink Dagger and then blink out, and the whole thing's gone. So you can still counter it. But it would be fun to see at least.
Tiny's going to get to work on his BKB. So Ag's BKB, pretty defensive build from the Tiny. Like as far as like after the Ag Scepter, you normally get a BKB eventually, but no Assault Cuirass, no Manta Style first. He's going straight into the BKB, and then he'll get the Assault Cuirass or the Manta Style for some extra movement speed / attack speed.
Yeah.
Orange Esports have really laid off the pressure for a bit, but now they've got the BKB on Shock. They haven't been using the Surf Mods that recently as well, so I think we see them yet. Drop the Surf Mods, T2 tower mid, that's their next focus here. The Ice Blast will come in, but no other heroes nearby. LGD actually going for a counter push at the top tier 1. We'll see if they can grab that with the Wisp Tiny. This will go down very fast for the Aghanim Scepter with the Overcharge. Just level 2 Overcharge though. Wisp is actually really under leveled. This is a bit of a worry. You need that level 4 Overcharge.
Yeah, they're fortifying the tier 1, but nobody's having to defend, so that's still a tier 1 tower from Tiny. So it's a very prudent choice to just say, well, we just trade. We can't fight you head on. no need to take the risk. We're just gonna go for a bit of red devil,
Radiant's
I
top
guess.
tower is under attack.
Okay. Well, we see Sharky doing some aggressive warding. He's been really spot on with his support play throughout this tournament so far. Definitely showing that his experience and just adds a lot to this team. He's retired a few times, come back a few times, and he's hopefully here to stay, but who knows.
He's also one of the players who switched position.
Yeah.
For the old orange, and now he's actually in-game decision making is really good.
Yeah. He was captain of MUFC for a while. He played off lane for MUFC. He's played carry for a while. He's really played like every single role at some point in his competitive career. He's never been like just a single role kind of player.
Indeed. And yeah, it's overall orange. They just occasionally it's still difficult to find picks now. And it's also kind of risky because Tiny Whisk can always relocate in. So if you do not kill somebody fast enough, LGD still have the ability to just completely turn around
Radiant's middle tower
and Tiny's farm is
under
suddenly
attack.
caught up. He's on par with the Slark, but the main problem is, look at the other core heroes. Timbersaw and Invoker both with a lot of farm, and most of these other heroes without. GD, ooh, almost gets solo killed by the Slark there. Jesus, that was close. Slark popping the Shadow Dance and the Drum Charge to try and get the kill. Won't succeed. So a solo smoke from Centaur, and this actually avoids an Observer Ward, so he may actually find Shadow Shaman bot. There's a Tiny Wisp relocate to pair up with this one, and it looks like Yao gonna try and march forward. Can he find Sharky here? He's waiting, setting a trap at this bottom lane. This is, I mean, I think LGD are just like, well, let's just hope for the best with this smoke. Sharky getting very close to Yao now.
Yeah, it's
I think they realize Orange, after getting the T2 mid, the next lane they're going to push is this bottom lane. And here we go, they're ready to go on Sharky. Stampede forward, he gets Hex though, doesn't get the hoof stomp off. Oh dear, what a disaster from Yao. There we go, will be a Tornado EMP coming in as well. They need the Tiny Wisp here. Tiny Wisp shows up, where's your Tiny? Where's your Buddy Wisp? You forgot to follow the buddy system. Timbersaw's now going to show up. LGD have already lost 2. The chase is on. The Wisp has a relocate out. Yep, goes back. Where was that Tiny? He was mid the entire time. Wisp relocated in without Tiny. Now Lin in trouble. He gets orchided up. Pounce as well. Shox is going to go for this kill. We'll find it as well. 3-for-1 trade here. T2 tower now exposed. And what happened with the Wisp Tiny there? LGD normally decent on their Wisp Tiny execution, but...
The worst execution was really Yao though. He completely whiffed the Link Hostom, instantly getting hexed. Wonderful reaction coming in by Sharky, and then got wall trapped, and there was nothing he could do it. Basically, he was just dead, straight up dead.
He went for a stampede.
If you lose the Centaur that early,
yeah, he should have gone for the blink stun and then helped stampede afterwards to get his team into the fight. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see if Invoker gets the kill there. Tiny now in trouble. He's now isolated. Has Sage Drum, so that'll help him escape. But even the Centaur not up just yet, so that wouldn't have been there to save him. But we got another look at this bottom fight. As the Serpent Wards got cast there. Sharky did go down immediately, but Wisp shows up without Tiny. Tiny the entire time was just, well, still mid lane here. I don't know if they weren't together at the start of the fight. That didn't actually show it, but... Tiny
maybe
now with
just,
BKB, so we'll see how this changes things.
It's still difficult though. Like I forgot which game it was, but once there was a game where the Tiny went for BKB and essentially they lost the game because of it. Yeah, it's also getting BKB on Tiny. Most players choose to go other late in the game.
Yeah. It's normally like a 4th or 5th item for your Tiny. Not normally you're getting the BKB this early on. But we'll see what Rabbit can do. He's only died once this game. He's had a pretty solid game all around. As we do see Ysira going for a lot of rotations around in the Ghost Walk.
Dire's top
trying to find
tower
pickoffs.
is under attack.
He doesn't actually have backup. Like, he doesn't have the global presence of a... Invoker, well, he's the Invoker, but he doesn't have like the Wisp Tiny to relocate in to back him up. All he can do is try to find a solo kill. Which right now he's not finding too much of.
As long as I think if he finds AA, or even, I think he can even solo kill the Brewmaster, because he's not particularly tanky. He's only 1.4k HP, and if he burns his mana, it's gonna be close at least.
Well, the EMP will burn all of them, more or less.
He's got the Arcane Boot, so not quite. I think it burns 400 mana on max,
yeah, and
right?
he can pop the wand and then use the Arcane Boots, I guess.
Yeah.
Stampede bottom lane. Tiny's gone in looking for the Invoker kill. Force stuff into a Ghost Walk. This will give him some extra movement speed to escape as well. Winter now in some trouble, maybe. Looks like he'll go down, get caught up by an Ice Blast, and that'll help finish him off. LGD, nice little pick off there. The Wisp, Tiny still relocate as well. They're on the hunt, but not going to find anyone immediately.
Yeah, that was a very important kill because Timbersaw is seriously fat, so they really needed to kill him.
Yeah.
He was on a killing spree as well, so very important kill.
He's picked up a hood here. Goes back for a Void Stone. We'll have to see if this is going to be just for the Bloodstone or maybe a Yule Scepter. I imagine it's the Bloodstone, but we've just been like all over the place with these items. Gets the Casual Cloak, gets the Point Booster, the Blink Dagger, then the hood. Needs to make up his mind.
Yeah, I think you just go one way or another. Just really, if you say we need a pipe, then you just go buy the pipe because the hood is not really. It's only for himself, so it's not particularly worth it, I think.
Yeah. No. The LGD, that's the thing. They may be behind this game, but with Tiny, you can just never count them out. It's only a 5k gold deficit. The experience a little
Radiant's
worse, but
top tower is under attack.
Tiny's getting fatter and fatter, and you lose one team fight against Wiz Tiny, your buildings will just melt very fast to the Tiny. He crumbles them. So, Shadow Shaman dewarding here now near the Roshan pit. That's the other thing Orange can do. If they get some good map control, they can consider going into Roshan with the Serpent Wards. They've got good vision near the tier 2 bottom tower. Got an Observer Ward near the Roshan pit, which actually just expires, so take that one back, but we'll see if they can actually make something happen anytime soon. Looks like Slark has a Skadi completed, so he's going to get a whole lot scarier now.
It's very important that Slark gets fat, so he doesn't get bursted down in the beginning of the fight.
Yeah, the chain, like a Centaur plus Tiny combo, like AoE combo, like could theoretically blow him up. And now he's at 2.5k HP with a BKB. He's got more than enough HP to survive the initial combo, or the initial initiation.
Radiant's middle tower
Might be that
is
our
under
next
attack.
fight is going to be just around the road. It's both teams are huddled around it, basically. The only guy who's not there is Winter on the top lane.
Yeah, there's tier 2 towers up for Orange, so not the best as far as contesting Roshan goes. But LGD, all they've got is their tier 2 bottom as well, so no fast and easy access to Roshan. Winter's doing a good job pressuring tier 2 top, so this is going to force maybe some
Dire's
LGD heroes
top
to rotate
tower
up
is
there.
under attack.
Scouts at the Roshan, using a Dark Pact and everything just to try and be safe, and not going to get caught out or anything. So Rabbit's going Yasha into Assault Crest. I think this is fine. Could be pretty standard stuff from your Tiny. Do you feel like Lynn's got a BKB now? I actually like the BKB over the Acceptor. This is something that Air does every now and then on his Brewmaster. Is if he desperately needs a BKB, like against Orchids, against like instant like counter initiations, like you go that BKB over the Acceptor. He can go for the Acceptor after this. So I think this is a pretty good item choice from Lynn.
Yeah, he's very worried about it. If he goes Blink Clap and then tries to go his ultimate, I think Shadow Shaman can still hex him before he gets it off, so that's why he goes BKB. But it's still, I mean, if once he uses his ultimate form, the Earth Panda, he still gets BKB buff up, so that's fine.
Yep. Alright, well, we'll see LGD try and sink this Roshan. Orange have not found this just yet.
Radiant's top tower is
Wisp
under
is
attack.
chewing through his bottle charges to keep the Tiny nice and held up. Orange going to go for a smoke. Are they going to be here in time, though? DD will find an illusion room, can use these for some extra scouting, and Orange are nearby. They will pop this, but they're going to be too late, it looks like, unless they blink now, and they're not going to do so. Roshan gets snagged by LGD. Big important pickup for them. That dire side advantage coming into play there. Here comes the wrapper on Orange. It seems they're not worried about the Aegis. They maybe want to fight anyways. You take out the Wisp, and Tiny is no longer as scary, and they've got good position on this one. They're going to go on Yao to start things off. Yao does not get anything off apart from the Stampede. The Brewmaster ultimate gets popped as well. The Boulder Toss on the Sharky. Sharky in trouble, has cast the Serpent Ward. Will go down. There's your Lich Chain Cross. Aghanim Scepter up, but it's not going to bounce. There's no bounces for the Lich. That Aghanim's upgrade just gets wasted there. And now he's tossed up in the air. Looks like Lich is going to be done for here. Tiny with a toss. The Frost Armor not helping out enough, and LGD, maybe not done here. Wisp getting silent, looking for the kill here. Invoke with a Tornado should be enough damage. Will finish off the Wisp here. He goes down. Timber Chain back in from Winter. Will blow up the Ancient Apparition here. So Tiny being left alone, trying to kill off Shoxy, but Shox with a Shadow Dance will kill Rabbit once. Can they kill him twice? He's just bought the Assault Crest, so I think no is the answer as Orange decide to back off. So they fight into an Aegis Tiny, and they come out on top of that one, Sledge.
Yeah, it's already a one fight for them. They popped the Aegis on the Tiny, they killed 3 other heroes, while LGD only managed to get the 2 supports, which already in the fight they managed to get all their spells off, so it doesn't really matter. At the moment, it's just this Brewmaster pick is not working out for LGD. He's not doing enough in the fights, and I think it's still because of the early game. Really, it's not like his performance is really lacking. Although people might argue Air probably plays a better Brewmaster overall, but still, Len is not doing a particularly bad job. But he's, with the amount of mobility that Orange's heroes have, the Wax Invoker running with max movement speed, you have the Slug, you have the Timbersaw, so it's very difficult for the Brewmaster to really get something done in the fight.
I mean, so many of the LG heroes get nothing done. Centaur got nothing done in that fight. The Brewmaster got nothing done. It was all the damage was from the Wisp Tiny, with some help from an AAI plus maybe. We will see Yao get
once again, Yao.
He's silenced up, he can't even stampede out. It's just not unfortunate for him. Relocate him from the Wisp. Where's Tiny once again? Tiny's been... Oh, he's actually popped the BKB. He's on the front lines trying to fight this one, but now BKB's on cooldown. Sharky. Oh, he goes in with a Hex. Lin gonna be forced to pop a BKB as he blinks in. Doesn't have the ultimate here for a couple of seconds, but Tiny gets saved by the relocate out
Radiant's
just in time there.
tower is under attack.
Actually got hexed up, but there was an immediate rescue plan from the Wisp.
Once again, just another good pickup there for Orange. Just with a blink on the Timbersaw, they can just blow up the Centaur so quickly if Invoker gets initiation on him. And this is exactly what they did. Bot lane, once again, Invoker stalling the push there for Rabbit.
They're going to relocate out. They may just straight up die here. Winter shows up. It's going to... Rabbit's just dead. The Chain Frost being used, and that's fine for them. They keep Tiny of all heroes, and that's the worst hero to be losing right now if you're LGD. I think LGD are in a lot of trouble this game.
Indeed, it's just a Timbersaw. The Timbersaw is doing so much work. It's the pick by Orange is brilliant. It's working out so well. He just destroys all the tanky heroes of LGD.
It's nice to see Timbersaw do well. It's been a while since we've seen like an effective Timbersaw game.
Yeah. Funny fact, also, Slug is actually pretty surprisingly good against tanks.
He forced the Stampede out top lane.
Yeah. It's also, with his Essence Shift, he also destroys strength heroes very easily. So all of the LGD heroes are supposed to be tanky, but against Orange's lineup, it just doesn't work out.
Yep. And here we go. Orange is going to start taking towers now. They say, look, Tiny's dead.
Top
he may have buyback, but let's try and force it. They just dropped the 7 wards for a tier 2. Meanwhile, mid lane, Shock's just on an island, and rightfully so. There's no real way of dealing with this Slark. Gets the Dark back out, bounces as well. Actually runs into Lin. Maybe forced to use the Shadow down here as a BKB as well. The Dark pack is also available, so he should be fine. And they just can't... There's no answer to the Slark. There's no answer to the Timbersaw. The Slark's in the same boat. Invoker as well. Orchids, and he's going to be having a side device as well in about 900 gold. They're going to steal the LGD Ancient stack as well. Everything just going the way of Orange Esports right now.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I mean, Tiny Wisp is very powerful once they get their items up, but on Orange's side, currently they have so much lockdown. The Quaswex Invokers is doing so much work in the fight. It completely disrupts all the initiation that LG could possibly have. They cannot use any of the combinations to burst the hero down. And yeah, the Sharky on the Shadow Shaman also, always very, very clutch hexes and shackles. So brilliant play from him overall in the game. But I think if Orange managed to win this game, I think I would still give the MVP to Winter's Timbersaw.
Yeah, he's done a lot. He just got so much out of that offlane. Yeah, so many times nowadays you just see offlaners just try and stay alive, leech XP, but he was contesting farm, slowing down the Brewmaster. This Brewmaster's had no impact, and largely because of Winter's playing that offlane.
Yeah, this Brewmaster's 1, 3, and 4 doesn't exactly have too much CS either. He's actually behind the Timbersaw in CS as well. So yeah, his Lin is not having a good game, and it's difficult to say it's entirely his fault. I don't think it is, but yeah.
No, I think it's partly just a drafting win from Orange. Well, it's not a win yet, but it's definitely a nice strategic play from Orange Esports here. After a bad draft or two against DK, it's nice to see them bounce back and have a solid game 1 against LGD, regardless of the result here. They're going to be... well, maybe they'll be upset if they lose, because they'll feel they should have won. But right now, Orange Esports up 19 kills to 9. It's a 10k gold lead and an even bigger experience lead. 15,000 in their advantage. It's the final 2-game series for WPC for today, and Orange Esports looking good. After going 0-4 to start today off, they're looking to get their first win for today against Orange Esports, and... against LGD, and... LGD still have a very farm Tiny. Like, you've always got to worry. One bad fight against a Tiny, and you're done for.
Yeah, it's still, there's one outer tower left there for Orange to take, and afterwards I think they need some more key items like Hex and Invoker, and they can then really think about going high ground. But their lineup is not easy to go high ground with though. Like Invoker doesn't exactly have the right click damage yet.
Yep.
And Timbersaw is not a right click carry or right click core overall. So going high ground with the lineup, I think they need to find a pick off first before they can go high ground.
Yeah, the Invoker doesn't have many levels right now. This is where I feel like if this was a Midas Invoker, he'd be like level 20 plus, and you'd have multiple points in Exalt. But with just 2 points in Exalt, he can't even like transition into like the Tornado Chaos Meter type combos that you kind of need at this stage of the game. He's still using purely Quas Wex Invoker play. Like he needs Exalt spells. Like he can use the Deathling Blast, which is probably his most useful Exalt spell, but he can't really use a Chaos Meter at all in these fights. I think he just flat out needs more levels. Like Invoker needs some levels. You mentioned like just the high ground push isn't there. Apart from the Serpent ones, they've got no good sieging capabilities to go high ground with.
Yeah, that's why they're smoking. I think
they see the courier. Do they take the courier? Yeah, Invoker takes the courier. Meanwhile, Tiny's actually gone in first. That's Shock's getting stunned up. They can't blow him up. He gets the BKB off. So does the Brewmaster with the ultimate. They lose Shadow Shaman to 2 right clicks from Rabbit. The Abyssal Blade going through. Rabbit and Shock fighting this one out. Shock's now going for the Shadow Dance here. The Craggy going to get the best of him though. Tiny shows up, relocates him out. Not sure about that relocate out. LGD were doing fine. Bit of a preemptive one. I think DDC jumped the gun a bit there. The chase is on for DD. Radiant lose their courier as well. Both teams losing their courier. LGD to start the fight, and here comes Wiz Tiny. They're back. They're bad, and they miss an Avalanche to start things off. Not the best start for them, but they want Winter. Winter, Image out, maybe being chased here. The Slacks on 1 kill here. Wants some more. There's no escape for Tiny this time around. He does have a TP score, which he may need to use. Link just gets destroyed. This Slack is just stealing so much agility. Plus 64 is getting tossed away by the Tiny. The Tiny's TP will get cancelled. He gets brought down. 4 LGD here is dead. Centaur the only one left alive, and with a courier dead as well. A horrible team fight for LGD China. They just have no way to kill Slark, no way to kill Timbersaw. You combine all their tankiness and their items with the ice armor from the Lich, and they're just so damn tanky and beastly.
Yeah.
Ice armor is so useful this game. It's such a nice spell to have.
Yeah, well,
Dire's structures
it is. It's very good
fortified.
against Tiny. It just slows down his attack speed so much. And he's buying
Dire's
back.
top tower is fallen.
They try going Shocks here.
Dire's middle
Alright, they're
tower
not killing him. He's got Shadow Dance. He's also got BKB. He's going to turn this around and take down the Owl. He's also still got a ton of NG sacks. He's got 87 bonus agility. Sharky's going to get the lockdown on Rabbit. Rabbit may just straight up die here. Does he have a BKB? He's used it. He goes down. Tiny just did the dieback. DD now in trouble with Tornado. Going to lock him in place. The Whirling Death should finish him off. Nope, Timber Chain will do it. They lose the Slark, but they get a couple more, including the Tiny. Winter may pay for this with his life, though. He's got 16 Bloodstone charges. He may just try and escape, and he will do so with the Timber Chain, so...
Dire's middle tower
This
is
is,
under attack.
unfortunately for Orange, they've got Serpent Wards. They're actually going to try and breach high ground mid. I'm not sure if this will actually be too successful. They've gone in top as well at the same time. They need the Slark's damage output. Without that, it is a bit tricky to fight this one. They've still got Lich Chainfrost as well, should another fight break out at top. They back off, they played a little bit safer, but still 50 plus seconds on Tiny. They could go Roshan here, but although without Slark, they just have no damage when Slark's dead. Like, they've got some good magic damage, but they've got no actual right-click damage.
I think a team like BT Gaming would have probably bought back the Slark, because he has buyback gold. They probably just buy back the Slark and just go high ground while Tiny's dead. But
I was expecting that there. I'm actually surprised they didn't.
It's a safer choice. I think Orange just do not want the possibility that Slark dies another time or they fail their high ground push and lose a team fight. But yeah, I think they're very close to winning this game, so they probably do not want to throw any advantage away that they already have. But
they're close to winning the game, but you give LGD a chance to respawn the Tiny and take a team fight, or even take, like, try and backdoor some Raptors. Or with that said, every tier 2 tower is still alive. Like, that is just... That's a disaster for LGD. They haven't even brought down a single tier 2.
Yeah, but and on the other hand, you could just view it as unclaimed gold. So as in once LGD just win one really big fight, they just get a huge gold influx. But yeah.
But for Tiny, he's like already maxed out. Like he can get one more item on top of this, but that one item may be an Aegis. Maybe you get something like a Daedalus, but I just don't see this Tiny getting much scarier.
Winter picked up a Reaver and a Plate Mail at the same time. He's like, either go for a heart or just go Shivas. I don't know, man.
Look, he's so farmed and he's done... It doesn't matter at this point, and I guess he wants the armor, he also wants the HP. We'll see what he buys first. Roshan is up now. This This is going to be the key thing here. Orange going to constantly scout this out, throw some tornadoes down, and not going to find too much immediately.
I don't think that LGD can really win the fight at the Roshan pit at this stage. This Timber Saw is virtually unkillable, so...
LGD just haven't been split pushing with the Wisp Tiny much. I feel like that's what they should be trying to do more of right now. Have Tiny and Wisp just, like, Tiny pushing one lane with Wisp sitting in fog behind him, so that he can relocate out the Tiny should Tiny get ganked. They're always trying to just fight too much head-on 5v5.
They want to go for a wraparound.
Yeah, we'll see how this works out. Centaur Yao's going to get a good initiation, and he's going to be the first one in, it looks like. They've got to go high ground here, and Orange is sitting on the high ground waiting. This is a really bad place to take a fight for LGD. They do not want to go into that high ground, and the problem is, they can't even go into Roshan because Orange will just scout it out. They'll probably throw another tornado fairly soon.
Invisibility.
Yeah, do they go into... It's just... It's not going to work going into Roshan. It's too obvious. Winter and Invoker, they both scouted out. Nice,
yeah,
nice play by Orange, like positioning themselves on the high ground so that they don't get caught up by the smoke.
Yeah, they actually gonna drop Surfer ones and maybe just go for some forcing LGD to come back.
Tiny will clear them up. Winter actually goes in, taking quite a bit of damage here on the front lines. Timber Chain will get him out of there though. And he's just too damn tanky. They do lose the Invoker to start the fight. This is a good start for LGD. The Chain Frost not going to bounce at all. Lin does get off the ultimate in the end. He's trying to bring down the Lich. One or two more right clicks will do it. Needs to get vision. There we go. Lich going to go down with the Invoker. Brewmaster ultimate not really doing too much more. They clear up the Serpent ones as well, so good fight for LGD, and into the Roshan pit they go. Orange at this point, they need to buy back if they want to contest Roshan, and they'll do just that. Double buybacks coming out from Lich and Invoker. Winter's still nearby, and he needs to be careful. He's going to blink. We'll go into the Roshan pit. Timber Chain out towards the mid lane.
I think the fight in mid, which Orange just lost, it's I think Winter just jumped the gun, and it's essentially he jumped into the whole enemy team, and then his supports just thought they had to bail him out.
Yeah, and Invoker was on the receiving end of the Centaur Tiny initiation. We'll see how Orange can do here as far as ending the game goes. They've got Serpent Wards in 40 seconds, so they've got to wait out this one. They may try and take Roshan for themselves. Jox leaps himself in there, so... Do you think LGD want to try and contest this, or is this just like, let's let it go?
I think they contest. I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah, they know Orange have no buyback. Ooh, Lin needs to go soon. They've got no Brewmaster ultimate, unfortunately. That, to me, is the big problem here. They need that Brewmaster ultimate. It's a level 16 Agadim upgraded ultimate. Drops this down Lin. Lin forced to hold the BKB. The Abyssal Blade will go through this one. Lin, still very tanky. Has the evasion as well coming into his way. Centaur gets a Blake hoof top onto the Invoker. They're going to blow up this Invoker. No, he gets full stuff out. Nicely played there. The Lich Chain Frost shows up. Kills off the Centaur. Now Tiny. Rabbit's locked into place. The relocate out is not there for 2 seconds. And Wisp is going to get the relocate. Well, doesn't really go anywhere. Winter's there waiting for him, as is Sharky. They'll kill up the Wisp. Tiny, I don't think he has a buyback. No, he's got buyback in 2 seconds, so he actually will have a buyback. They're going to kill off his Brewmaster Primal Split Warriors, maybe. Invoker kept alive just barely. The gem is there as well, though, and with that, Invoker does go down in the end. Another Boulder Toss out on the Lich gets thrown up in the air as well. Tiny's brought back, as is the Wisp. They're trying to bring down Winter. He gets the Timber Chain out before the Cold Feet proc. Toss onto just a creep here. As though we will see a Yule Scepter being used on the Tiny here. They've actually caught out the Shadow Shaman, so... Bit of a scrappy fight from both sides, and LGD forced to use their buybacks this time around. And Orange, once again, failed to breach the high ground, though.
Yeah, it's really hurting the Invoker, though. He died twice now, so...
He needs a BKB at this point.
I think it is... It seems like he's really squishy, actually. He's really squishy. And the problem is he's very far off his second item, because he fought back, he died again, so... That's a big issue there, but on the other hand, LGD's Tiny also fought back, but then again, it doesn't matter too much. Looks like he's gonna go for Butterfly.
Yeah, they're going for Roshan now, LGD. The Slark's stuck on the high ground, though. He left himself up there, or bounced himself up there, should I say. Aegis will get picked up by Tiny. This is so important for Tiny because he does not have buyback at this stage. He'll snipe the courier, though. That's a gem. Although Shox doesn't have room for it, though, so... Gem should just get picked up by one of the supports, and they'll be on their way.
Yeah.
Lin already has a gem, so this gem will be sitting at base. Okay.
Oh, well. It's still Tiny is currently he doesn't really have a slot anyway for the Butterfly, so might as well just pick up the Aegis. He's gonna be okay.
He left the Talisman at base, did he? Oh, it was on the courier, I think. The Talisman's on the courier.
It was on the courier.
Yeah. Did he have a full Butterfly, or was it just a Talisman?
Just the Talisman.
Yeah. Just the Talisman. After the buyback, I was about to say I didn't think he had any more money. So I will see. Orange actually going for a bit of a... Well, not too much a push at top lane. This is just keeping the lanes pushed out as much as possible. Shox is going for a butterfly of his own, or... Yeah, I imagine this is a butterfly. Every now and then you do see the kind of ethereal blade out on the Slark, but... Not sure this is an ethereal blade Slark game.
I don't think so. He really needs damage output, and he needs to be able to just man-fight the Tiny a bit more. I'm a bit surprised that he's going Butterfly, but I think MKB would do a lot better so that he can always just force the Brewmaster to use his ultimate prematurely, in a way. Because if he doesn't have MKB, this Brewmaster is just countering him so hard, he can't really kill the Brewmaster.
This is still anyone's game. Unfortunately for Orange, they would have wished this game to be over by now, but we're not at that place. 47 minutes in.
It's just, once again, they can't... It's very difficult for their lineup to breach high ground. They need to find like multiple pickoffs first and catch them without buyback in a way. And LGD is just... They just wait until Tiny is just act like they cannot fight him anymore.
Yeah, Winter's got a hard... Winter's just... He's getting close to that unkillable stage as well. Throw a Shiver's Guard on top of this and he's pretty beastly. I feel Orange just are going to get so farmed that Tiny has a one-core... Like, LG have a one-core lineup. They've got one carry. Brewmaster, his ultimate's going to get weaker the longer this game goes on. Centaur is doing nothing as far as carry goes. You look at Orange, they've got one carry in the Slack. Invoker as well as Timbersaw are both kind of semi-carries with how farmed they are. Like, this Timbersaw does a lot of damage in a team fight. I just feel Orange have much better late game because Tiny alone just can't do it all.
Yeah, it's true though. At the moment still, I think LGD have the carry advantage because Timbersaw... after all, he's not a rifle carry, and Invoker hasn't transitioned into the carry yet. He doesn't have any DPS items. I think he actually needs to go.
He does have. He does have a decent amount of exalt points now, but he probably wants even more. The one worry, I think, the one thing that the Tiny needs is a new BKB. He's down to 4 seconds on this BKB.
Double
That's
damage.
True. Yeah.
Most BKBs are down to 4 seconds. Slark, yeah, Slark as well. We're getting to that stage where. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just saying, like, if it goes ultra late, I still think LGD might have an edge because Centaur can transition into a really beastly carry with this return and just go hard Shivers AC or something along those lines, and he also gets really, really strong. Yeah,
he's got to find the farm, which he is now getting some at least in the bottom lane, so we'll see how he does. He's got the Sanj, probably picks up a Heaven Talbot out of this.
He's more of a disabler than a carry at the moment. He's just there for the crowd control and just let Tiny do the work.
And with just a 4-second BKB on Slark, that Halberd could be not a bad... It could just keep you alive for a couple seconds longer, or just prevent Slark from right-clicking for a couple of seconds. Every little bit helps.
Yeah, I'm just gonna reconnect back into the game, just slideshow it still and start it again. But I think both teams is just... They're playing pretty cautiously, and LGD, they still think they haven't reached critical mass for the Tiny yet. And Orange, they're just too scared. I think they're scared of losing a fight, and then suddenly Tiny takes the lane.
Yeah, well, you go back to where Tiny died, bought back and died again. If Slark buys back there, and Orange just take Raxes, I think. They could be up Raxes. They may not have won the game off of it, but they could at least be up a set of Raxes. Right now, not a single Rax has been taken on either side. Only one tier 3 tower down as well.
Yeah, it's overall. I think Orange were just not good. They only had tier 2s up, so they probably thought even if Slark buys back, he might not be there in time. But
yeah,
I think it was a risk worth taking because you are probably not gonna get a chance anytime soon. Tiny has an Aegis, soon he's gonna have buyback once again. So yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It only gets harder for Orange here to breach high ground.
Well, for Orange, they're going to wait out this Aegis. That's the other thing. Like, at this point in the game, they're not willing to take a fight and go for a push until Aegis has expired. There's no need to push against an Aegis and a Tiny with 3 lives when you can at least cut it down to 2 lives. Just the buyback, which will be up in 10 seconds. So, when Aegis expires, maybe we see them go for another push /5. Slark can also benefit from another item. With Evasion coming soon on Tiny, he wants an MKB. Like, I think he's going to need an MKB if he wants to kill Tiny in these fights. As well as a new BKB. I wonder what he prioritizes, getting the MKB or getting a new BKB.
I think he really needs MKB against Brewmaster.
Yeah, he can Dark Pact off the Drunken Haze, but just Brewmaster has the Brawler. That's 25% evasion, so...
It's pretty annoying. So I think he will sell the drums, go MKB, and then he's pretty much six slotted, and then the only thing he can do is save for buyback and get new BKBs. So. Yeah.
He's got decent money. He's got 4k gold, but I guess at this point he wants to make sure he does a buyback as well. Winter's going to buy his Shiver's Guard, so he buys his Shivers. Does not have buyback for now, but with that said, he's going to get some farm at top lane. So Winter's probably thinking...
He's got 19 Bloodstone charges. I don't think he needs buyback.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even take that into consideration. You're right. Who needs buyback?
He's 9, 1, and 8 actually. Those are some pretty sick stats.
This is like your dream Timbersaw game. Well, looks like Orange drawing squiggles on the map.
Fantasy points, man.
And it's not because they want to be artists, it's because they want to go for a smoke gank here. They'll find the courier perhaps once again. Speaking of MKB, that's what Rabbit gets his MKB courier. Ooh, not going to get found. Tiny picks up the MKB. They don't want to kill the courier. At this point, they don't want to reveal their smoke. They're going to run right into Tiny Rabbit. He's caught out. Is there going to be a relocate save? They're trying to blow up the Wisp to start off this fight. He relocates out just himself, doubling the tether off. Yao in trouble. They've already blown up the Shadow Shaman here. Looks like Yao should go down. The Yule's actually being there. Nice Cyclone coming out from the Storm Panda as Winter taking out of the fight here. Invoker gets a kill on the Sentinel here. Timbersaw gets dropped back down here. The Wisp going to show up soon. The BKB on the Slug has already been used, and DDC taken out of the fight. No more overcharge for you, Rabbit. The Abyssal Blade is there as well. Rabbit looking like he may go down. He's trying to fight the Slug, but Craggy not working in his favor. Forced to buy back. They lose Centaur, Wisp, and Tiny. Brewmaster ultimate now on cooldown as well, and that's bad news because Tiny does not have a Wisp to partner up with here. And Orange back off though. They don't want to go high. I mean, they don't have a good high ground pushing lineup. No surf awards in. Yeah. I guess Tiny's back and live, so.
Yeah, I think it was a premature buyback though. Once again, Orange were already in the process of backing off, even without Tiny buying back. So he's going for the Ancients, but man, you're not gaining any gold from it. Better you leave it to your teammates, man. It's not really worth it. He just goes for the Ancients and just takes them out. But oh, mid lane once again, DD, what are you doing, son?
TPs are coming in. This is your Brewmaster, but that's a blink out after the TP in.
Well, 27 seconds to ultimate, so.
Yeah. Ice Blast can mean this Ice Blast needs to hit someone. It's not going to find anything. Shox gets a Shadow Dance out. That's a pretty short cooldown on the Shadow Dance, so should be okay to get out of there. Shox now getting to work on the Raxus. 10 seconds on Wisp. Ooh, Dark Pack. He's going to get out of the stuns. He gets the BKB off as well. Wants to turn this one around. Has he got a pounce? A couple of seconds away. The Hex is there, but the Stampede will help out deal with the Hex. Shox gets back to the low ground. And now it looks like ready to go high ground once again. Orange looking to force the issue, knowing there's no Tiny buyback. A kill on the Tiny's game over here. Brewmaster ultimate back online, but Timber Chain out of there. Winter's actually still in the high ground. Doesn't get out completely, but he's not being attacked at all. He's just being left alone, and this Brewmaster ultimate's going to be wasted. He's trying to chase, but he's not going to find anyone with this. Nice disengage coming out from Orange, and with Brewmaster ultimate on cooldown, I think now may be the time that they go high ground.
Yeah, I think so too. It's the best time. Tiny doesn't have buyback. If they somehow manage to catch him off guard, it's game over.
22 Bloodstone charges for Winter. He's got 3 lives. He'll instantly respawn. He can TP back in, and then he can buy back. Although after the buyback, he won't have the TP, I guess, but still has 3 lives to play with.
The thing is, before he dies, he could still just pop Bloodstone as well and just instantly heal his whole team to full HP.
That's a scary thought. If Shox is ever in danger of dying, like he may just do that.
Yeah, no. Yeah, but this drunken haze is so annoying.
Oh, they've gone in here. Rabbit getting Hex up to start the fight. Is there a relocate out again? Wisp not really using his. Rabbit pops the BKB. He's trying to stand his ground and fight. He's being healed up a bit by the Wisp here. The Deafening Blast going to prevent him from attacking, and now there's no BKB. The Chain Frost, this will keep on bouncing. This is an Aghanim Scepter upgrade, and Rabbit is going to go down. And with that, I think it's all over for LGD. They lose the AA as well. Brewmaster's brought back, and he's back in the fight, but with Tiny dead, the damage just isn't there. They bring down the mid-Raxus here. Meanwhile, in the background here, LGD are going to call GG as the Wisp dies. Game 1 going the way of Orange in 55 minutes. LGD, they held on for a long time, but they just didn't have a way to turn this one around.
What a game. And in the end, you could possibly say this Lich ultimate kind of just won them the fight because it was bouncing forever.
I still don't think it, would you say it had, I don't know if it had more than 10 bounces though.
Yeah, that's true, that's true. I'm just saying, but the thing is, at least it kind of, he got 1 gold ultimate off, I think, the whole game. So.
Apart from that ulti there at the end, like, there were not many Lich ultis.
Yeah.
Like, he was using it for solo kills, like, that was actually, like, every now and then I'd get a solo kill with it, which is, like, perfectly justifiable, so. I think the Lich pick was more about the Ice Armor. Ice Armor against Tiny, like, you don't really notice it in a big team fight, but Tiny was killing no one, and I think a big reason for that is the Ice Armor from the Lich.
yeah, overall it shows a bit of an underwhelming performance there from LGD, especially from Lindsay Brewmaster. But then again, it's more the hero than the player.
Yeah.
So on the other hand, I think Winter's definitely going to get MVP this match. He's done an excellent job in picking him, drafting him, and then using him to his full effect.
Yeah, we'll find out the MVP in just a second, guys. But that does game 1. We've got game 2 coming up between Orange and LGD. Myself, Gods from Beyond the Summer, as well as Slash joining me for the cast. We'll be taking a quick break. When we come back, game 2 between these two teams is going to be coming your way. Don't go anywhere.